Welcome everybody to a World of Tanks replay. My name is Maxwell and today's first replay is from the user Hawks1997. That is Hawks1997. He's driving the Obj.140 on a standard battle on the steppes. Obj.140 is a tier 10 medium tank for the Russians. So both replays for you today are both going to be top tier, both tier 10s, and they're going to be pretty damn special. Both of them going to be plenty of ass kicking and taking names. So sit back, relax and enjoy. Straight away Hawk's going to be heading to the right hand flank, pretty much the area where the medium tanks need to go to. Finds another Obj.140, misses his shot on him. Luckily the enemy 140 didn't have a shot in return, so Hawks is going to move up behind this Leopard PTA. Going to try and barge him out of the way so he can get a shot on this Obj.140 who just about backs off. He's got his ally platoon mate very, very far up the field there. Has a quick shot at the turret but misses that one, unfortunately. His platoon mate's taking quite a bit of damage there, so he's probably going to have to move up and offer some support. He's got the allied bat chat in the back there, and the Leopard PTA on the right. Hawk's going to take up a position here, going to try and get into position behind the little hill, which he is indeed able to do. His cannon reloads, but the Leopard of the enemy team is just out of view. Squaring off against an awful Panther. This isn't a fight that guy's going to be able to win. Misses another shot. I don't think he's actually landed a shot yet, which is a little bit unfortunate. Finally lands a hit, but it is just a critical. And as you can see, because the medium tanks are pushed up so far, the allies are starting to move up with them. They've got some larger guns in the form of those tank destroyers in the back. A few mediums and a heavy. Got to be careful his platoon mate doesn't get taken out though, as he is very, very far forward, holding back two medium tanks and a heavy tank. The bat chat moves up to offer some support as well. Elects to try and go for the awful Panther to take him out, but takes a hit from the Centurion 7-1 in the back. Finally able to take out the Panther, and now we can focus on the Centurion, who hasn't moved away. Just about missed that shot there. Going to try and get around the side of this Obj.140. He does have side armor. Obj.140 refusing to turn around and put his strong armor in this direction for some reason. To be honest, that's one of the first things I would do. Platoon mate flies over the top in his bat chat. Goes to circle around the Obj.140. Hawks gets a great shot into him. Will probably reload in time to get another couple of hits. Got to play it carefully here. He has to help his platoon mate out, as his platoon mate will be taking all of this fire and he will be getting totally destroyed. One more shot on the enemy Obj.140 will be enough to take him out. The Leopard PT is still pressuring on that right hand side, but his ally in the Obj.140 isn't able to help him as he's squaring off against an IS-3 in that Obj.907. Now he's going to have a look towards this Centurion. Now he's got to flick his attention between the Leopard and the Centurion. Doesn't want to give either too much opportunity to poke over the top. As you can see, rotating his gun between them. Doesn't want to give either of them the opportunity. Keeping his gun around about the middle. He should be paying more attention to the Leopard, as that Centurion looks very, very reluctant to come over the top. Or the Centurion probably will be the easier target. Just going to go and take out this IS-3. It's going to be a simple task just to eliminate him. Once he's gone, his ally in the Obj.140 behind will be able to move up and offer support as well. Gets around the side of these guys. One shot should be enough to take out the Leopard PTA. Now he's going to focus on the Centurion 7-1. Bat chat comes in like the avenging angel and takes him out. And that is the right-hand flank all but one. Still got a couple of stragglers in the centre there. You can see that Obj.907, the Indian Panzer, and this Ferdinand. Ferdinand's on pretty low health with a decent roll. Should be able to take him out in one shot. So typically gets a low roll. Well, not a low roll, but an average roll. Going to focus his next shot on the underbelly, and that takes him out. Now he's got to pay attention to this Indian Panzer. Doesn't want to take too much damage from him. He's lost about 900 hit points. Gets a beautiful shot on that Obj.907 to finish him off. The Indian Panzer is taking hit after hit, and Hawks1997 puts in the last shot to take him out. That's kill number 7. 4,500 points of damage, but this battle is nowhere near over. In fact, we're just getting to the middle of this one here. As you can see, Game is all even at 10 kills to 10. The Allies handily won the right flank, but the enemy handily won the left-hand flank. And there are 5 tanks left on each side. This one could go either way. Hawks has about 1,000 hit points left. His platoon mate's looking not particularly healthy either. Finds a KV4 in the distance. He's out in the open. It looks like the KV4 is focused on somebody else. Or maybe just doesn't know where this damage is coming from, because he's not looking this way. Finally looks in this direction, but only gets some tracking damage onto Hawks. And Hawks just going to allow his gun to aim, but still manages to miss that one. That was 2 shots in a row that the KV4 managed to deflect by not even landing. Finally, Hawks is able to take him out for a well-deserved Radley Walters medal. IS-7 tracks back to take out the KV4 that was capping. Hawks takes out the Waffenträger E100. Now he's got the Waffenträger Panzer IV to take out. Still not taking any extra damage after the exchanges from earlier. Somehow managed to bounce a shot on the Waffenträger. Waffenträger doesn't get any damage back on him. Does take a hit from the IS-7. He must be coming down the centre of the field. This game's still all even at 12 to 12. The next shot from the IS-7 misses. And Hawks takes out the Waffenträger for kill number 10. And that leaves the IS-7 and the T110E5 left. Can't quite see the IS-7. He's just behind a rock. Not that it really matters who picks up these kills, as Hawks has gotten himself a fantastic 10 kills. Still going to press up the road as he wants some more. As you can see, Platoon 1 has just been an absolute wrecking machine here. 13 kills between them, soon to be 14. As there's no way this T110E5 is going to take out these 3 overpowered medium tanks. Hawks lands a great shot. Looks like the T110E5 is going for the bat chat, as both the 140s are coming up the road in the centre. Doesn't take any damage from the T110E5. Can he reload in time? Not quite. Just missed that one on the rear of the turret. The bat chat goes flying past. Looks like he's not reloading. He's landing some good damage onto the T110. His next shot doesn't do any damage. Can Hawks pick this up for the 11th kill? The icing on the cake. He can indeed. That is kill number 11. 7,000 points of damage. And an absolutely awesomely played game there from Hawks 1997. Showing his skill in the Russian medium, the Obj.140, and absolutely wrecking the enemy team with the help of his platoon mates there. Picking up 13 kills between them. Sorry, 14 kills between them and 11 himself. So awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Don't forget to stick around, because as always, the score screens and another game are coming right up. And our second replay today is from the user British Secret Service. That is British Secret Service, and he's driving the FV215b on a standard battle on the Mountain Pass. FV215b is a tier 10 heavy tank for the British. Like I said, today's video is all about the top tiers, all about these tier 10s, and this heavy British tank looks like it should have some downsides to it, with its turret being mounted on the back, but the turret of this thing is notoriously difficult to damage. Can withstand a hell of a lot of firepower, and because it does have that turret in the rear, it is really good at side scraping. And with the quick reload of the cannon and the decent soft stats, it is able to put out a hell of a lot of damage. You can see the alpha's not fantastically great at 400, but the penetration of 259 combined with that quick reload speed means this tank can pump out a hell of a lot of damage and be a very surprising tank to duel against. So the 2 platoon mates going to be heading to the right hand side of the field. That Lorraine 40-ton already took a hell of a pounding from this T49 with that derp cannon. Platoon mates going to try and focus on that 5120. Both of them landing hits. The IS-8 taking a little bit of damage extra. AMX 5120 trying to back off. Not going to be able to get away in time. Looks like he's trying to fire shots back at the FV, but he gets taken out by the IS-8 now. The platoon mate's able to work him down, no problem whatsoever. And then afterwards, the IS-8 is going to advance up. That T-49 should have left after fluffing his shot. There's no way he's going to be able to duel in this situation. Looks like he did hang around, but he takes another chunk. He takes some damage to the face after giving a little bit back to that IS-8. And with the IS-8 pushing up on that right-hand side, means British Secret Service is going to push up on this left-hand side. Sees an IS-7 way off in the distance. Lands a great shot through his weak spot there. He's in a fantastic position because this IS-7 will only be able to see his turret. So he's going to fire at the IS-8 instead. And that just allows British Secret Service to put shot after shot into this IS-7. That's 1,250 damage so far, and this IS-7's done nothing in return. Goes for another shot, but it looks like the T-54E1 is going to be a pal and step in front of that one for the IS-7. Obviously that one was completely accidental, but still. Done 3,000 points of damage so far. The battle on this right-hand side is going pretty well. The enemy team does have more tanks here than the Allies, so they do have to be aware that they could get rushed at some point. Just got to play it carefully. Straightens up his tank beautifully in time there to bounce that shot from the 54E1. Lands some great damage back in return. Allies not moving up with British Secret Service here, so he's got to play it carefully. Takes some tracking damage from the T-54E1, and then its troll-like turret bounces a shot. And then the T-49 decides to try and put a shell on the moon. So he is trying to fire whilst traversing that turret, and that just is never ever going to work. Takes some damage in the front from the Leopard PTA, not quite able to get a shot back in return. So the Leopard did fall back behind the hill. Looks like British Secret Service is also going to fall back now. Although that did deny him the shot. He is coming forward again. Gets a great shot on the Leopard PTA, but he's taking damage from the rear now. Looks like there is a T-54 that's snuck around. The Lorraine 40-ton has spun around, and he seems to be on the case. British Secret Service just ricochets that one, but the Waffenträger Panzer IV takes him out from the hill. And that's the rear guard dealt with. Shouldn't have to worry about shots from the rear anymore. Secret Service going to see if he can take out this IS-7, but it looks like the Leopard PTA is just going to stay in front of him. Taking some hits from the side as well. Lost quite a bit of hit points now. Lost 1,100. He's going to have to start playing a little bit more cautiously. Does see the T-62A. Gets a fantastic snapshot onto him to take him out for his first kill now of the match. After almost 5 minutes, he does finally have kill number 1 with 4,500 points of damage. Picks up kill number 2 fairly quickly. This game is very quickly slipping away from the Allies, though, at 6 kills to 10. The enemy team has a commanding position on that right-hand flank and in the centre. IS-7 is still alive. He's not looking, so British Secret Service has all the time in the world to finish him off and pick up kill number 3, losing still 7 to 11. With them winning on this right-hand flank, the best thing the British Secret Service can do now is head to the little overlook here and try and put some shots into the T-54E1 or that E-75 in the centre there, as their allied tanks are dropping one by one. Not able to find anybody. Looks like the E-75 isn't going for the base capture. Was thinking about dropping down, but decides to stay up as that base capture does stop. It looks like everybody's just driving through the cap circle. The enemy team is winning 13 kills to 7, so they are under the assumption that they've just got this one all sewn up, and you can't blame them for thinking that. There's just a Conqueror and an FV215b left. As you can see, there is, what is that, 8 tanks on the enemy team left. Conqueror going to slowly climb the hill. His plan here should be to try and draw the enemy forward, get them to come down the hill, and that's going to allow British Secret Service to eliminate them and pick them off as they come. It looks like he's got his own problems to deal with now as an E-50 comes from the rear. The Conqueror falls now, and then that leaves British Secret Service alone to square off against 7 enemy tanks. There's the T-54E1 from earlier. He puts his first shot into the ground. He doesn't get a chance to fire a second as British Secret Service takes him out. Got to keep an eye on this E-50. As with his speed and manoeuvrability, he may decide to flank all the way around or just go for that base capture. So British Secret Service taking back to the overlook. He's going to have a look to see who he can find. Looks like everybody's actually been able to cross the lake bed already. Able to finish off the E50. Got to spin his attention now to the rear. Although there is a Centurion 7-1 in front. His gun traverses all the way around. Taking his time with the shot. Takes him out for kill number 7. Evening this one up a little bit. It's just himself versus 4 enemy tanks now. Still having a look at the overlook. But it looks like both these 75s made it across. So now he's going to have to square off against 2 E75s. Both on reasonable hit points. They're both going to be at least 2 shots. There is a Waffenträger and the GWE-100. If the GWE-100 hasn't moved from the base in this location here, then he's going to have trouble hitting British Secret Service. British Secret Service has almost 1,100 hit points, but with the alpha damage of the E-75, that could just be 2 shots. Got to play it carefully. He does a great job of getting into a side-scraping position, puts one through the underbelly of the first E-75. Second E-75 flanks around, trying to use the space between the gun reloading. What I don't think he realises is how quickly this tank reloads, and British Secret Service does a great job of dodging that shot from the E-75. That E-75 is going to fall. He doesn't have the reload. He takes a hit from the E-75, and now he's going to have that really long 11 or 12 second reload. British Secret Service pokes himself out, takes him out for kill number 9. Waffenträger Panzer IV comes out. Puts a shot through him, but only takes out his track. Takes a huge bit of damage in return. It's still going to be 2 shots for Secret Service to take him out. What he's going to have to do now is just close the distance, as he has the stronger turret armor. Does a great job there and gets him for the ram for the kill. That is kill number 10, and that just leaves the artillery. Did a great job there of just closing in on the Waffenträger Panzer IV. It's just a turret hug him. Make sure his strongest armor was facing off against him. Gonna go and look for the artillery now. To be honest, he didn't really seem to put any shots into that fight, so you can imagine that he is somewhere on that 9 or 0 line. In fact, he's still probably in his starting position there up on the hill. Great shot there. Does take a hit from the GWE-100, but it's nowhere near enough. He's not going to be able to get away in time for the quick reload of the FV. British Secret Service takes him out for kill number 11. 8,500 points of damage. Pretty much single-handedly winning that one for his team, like an absolute badass at the end there. So awesome, awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. And don't forget, guys, if you've got yourself a great replay, please send that to replay@screenreality.com. The link for that is in the description. Just attach the replay file itself or the link to the What Replay website to the email, and I can check that one out for you. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, you found it useful, informative, you learned something, or you just enjoyed it, think about hitting that subscribe button, because there's a lot more World of Tanks content on this channel. I've been Maxwell, this has been World of Tanks Replays, and I will catch you guys next time.